What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? T to the M to the IDD, back with a video, and this time I'm going to show you my workflow on how I got this particular shot. Now this is a 2-light setup, mainly using the Godox V1 as a main light with the snoot on top of it as an accessory. And then the second light, I have the Godox AD200, and I have that with a reflector and a color gel. So I'm going to show you my workflow, show you how I got the shot, how I set up the shots, set up my lighting. So let's go ahead and hop into it. Okay. So, first of all, you always have to get your test shot to make sure that your lighting is right. And so that's immediately what I did. With this particular Godox V1, you can see that I'm starting to play with the lighting here. And I have the modeling lamp on the Godox V1, as you can see, but it's pretty tricky because the light isn't coming straight. So you have to find that perfect angle so that you get that lighting. So here I got the lighting just a little bit better. Now what I actually was looking for in this shoot was I wanted a dramatic drop off, and so with that I had to adjust the lighting again because lighting placement is important. So what I did was adjust the Godox V1 a little bit higher, and I tilted it a little bit more so that the light wouldn't spill onto the backdrop, but more onto the subject. And so when I did that, I got a more dramatic drop off on the backdrop. So you see more shadows and less of the pink backdrop. Now it's just minor tweaks so that I can get the lighting completely centered on the model. And this is just the one light. Now here is actually perfect. I love this shot. I love the lighting. So there, what I actually do is introduce the Godox AD200 with the color gel. And the color gel, I wanted to match the aesthetic of the pink backdrop. So I added 2 color gels to make pink and put that into my Godox AD200. And so now I need to adjust my second light. The first shot, you can see a little remnants on the right side of the shot, but if you pay a little bit closer attention, it's not as strong. So to really bring that second light out, you need to adjust your lighting. I can't stress that enough. Make sure you adjust your lighting because I wanted the lighting to fall into the shadows of the Godox V1. So if I adjust my Godox V1 perfectly, where the shadows start to fall, and then introduce my second light where those shadows are, I get a more dramatic effect, just like this one. And this is where you could really see the pink piercing through and giving that nice rim to the model. Now, that was my setup for the 2 lights, but I knew I wanted one particular shot. I did that just to set up my 2 lights for the look that I wanted. So now I'm setting up my second shot, and as you can see, I am making major changes to the setup, and I'm actually using what I have. Make sure you use what you have. I used the cloth that I had to cover because I knew the white would be more aesthetically pleasing with the pink instead of the red. The red was just a no-go, so I needed to cover up those chairs. Now you can see the Godox V1 working as my main light and the Godox AD200 in the background. But what I actually seen was that I love these shots. I knew there was going to be a dramatic drop off when you started to get to the legs, so that my second light will actually fill in those shadows on the legs and give a nice silhouette type of feel. And so since the legs were hiding inside or in front of the actual chair she's sitting there for better purposes, decided to turn her to the side so that we can get, since we're getting the silhouette type of feel, I wanted to get more of the actual body figure. So I told her to turn to the side and we can get more of an aesthetic and lay it out. And I can't stress this enough. Make sure you show your models their pictures. So when I turned it to the side, you see that you get the silhouette effect with the legs, but you get more of the body. You can see more of the curves, and that's more aesthetically pleasing to me. Now I just wanted her to accentuate the pose just a little bit more so that I could get just a little bit more of the aesthetic and of her figure. And when she did that, we ended up with these shots here. This shot right here has to be my favorite shot of all. You just look at the aesthetic, look at the pose, you get the remnants of the second light. It's just amazing. So this is actually a second part where I introduced a smoke machine. And as you can see, the first didn't work because I had it too low. So I actually took the smoke machine and put it on top of a chair so that I could get a better spread of the smoke. And when I put that, I got a better disbursement of smoke. However, I had to wait a little bit for it to disperse, and by that time you start to lose control of the smoke. But this was just something that I wanted to try, but I actually love the shots that I got from this. And this was a shot where my AD200 did not fire, so I actually like that. Now make sure you beware of the smoke setting off the firearms. I hope you enjoy this. T to them to the I,